Okay, this is an example of what a transfer conversation may look like, a phone call to the charge nurse of a client in labor. Hi, this is Clarissa Baxter, certified professional midwife and licensed midwife at blank birth center. I'm calling to transport my client from a planned home birth. She is a G2P1 in active labor at 39.5 weeks gestation. The client has been in labor since 3 a.m. Membranes are intact. She has been receiving IV antibiotics because she is GBS positive. Maternal and fetal vital signs are stable. I'm recommending transfer at the request of the client for pain management. We are going to be transferring via private vehicle with estimated arrival time of blank. I'll bring a copy of the client's records with me, as well as fax a chart to you. My callback number is blank. We'll see you soon. Do you have any more questions for me? So that's an example of what the conversation could sound like to the charge nurse on the phone. This was just a simple, thorough SBAR. Some of these things I stated could obviously change. So if her membranes are ruptured, I would say what time they ruptured at, if it was clear or not clear. If we're not transferring at the request of the client, then I would state why we're transferring, such as signs or symptoms of infection or concerning heart tones, failure to progress, cord prolapse. If it is an emergency and we're not transferring via private vehicle, I would state we have called EMS for transport. Our estimated arrival time is blank. So a conversation that I would have with the receiving provider would be pretty similar. I would address the provider, say, hello, I'm Clarissa Baxter. I'm the midwife for this client. I'm licensed, and this was a planned home birth. She's in active labor. This is the week's gestation. It would be almost the same thing, just a basic but very thorough SBAR. You don't want to bombard the physician with too many details because they just want to know the basics. What have I done? What has been happening? And what's my recommendation? It's really important to then confirm with the provider, do you have any questions for me? Anything that I can confirm or fill you in on? Do you have any questions about the chart? If the client has a birth plan, it might be appropriate to share this birth plan with the provider or the nurse. You can ask the physician, would you like me to stay as a support for the client? Ask the client, do you want me to stay as support? It's really important in transfers that before 36-ish weeks that you create a transfer of care plan with your client so that in this event you have all the information you need. It's also really important to have this information readily available so that in the situation of an emergency, when you're on the phone with 911, you can say all that same SBAR, almost all the same things, but also include this client has an existing relationship with blank provider and we are requesting immediate transportation to this hospital or whatever hospital is closest to provide the client with the best care possible.